Hi, everybody. My name is Lars Harnik, and I'm the training manager of ClickLearn. Welcome to this session of ClickLearn Live, where we're going to be focusing on the new template functionalities in ClickLearn Attain. Together with me here today, I also have Morten.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so the first thing I want to look into is when you're setting up your template, or when you're setting up your project, you actually get an image where you can, or one of the steps here is where you can alter the template. And here right now, we only have one classic template right now, and we have more templates coming up at somewhere in time. But just so you know, this is the real, the entire design of the template is not just a customization. So what we're going to talk about here today is how to customize your template. As you also see in the screen, you're able to import template settings from an already existing project. So if you have one template set up for one of your projects, you can also have that appearing in your other projects. I'm going to start here by showing you an example of the template as it is right now. So this is our very basic template where we have some different colors in here we've added and so on. In this session, we're going to show you how to change this. So this will both be for new customers at ClickLearn. So if you haven't been working with ClickLearn Classic before, but also if you have been working with ClickLearn Classic, you will know once the session is done how to go forward with your template. In ClickLearn Studio, you will have your project open. Once you have your project open, you have the settings right down here, the settings menu. If I go into the settings menu, I will easily get access to my publishing template. If I go into the publishing template, I will see there's there's a default template in here. And what I want to create here today is a new template. So if I go down here and add new configuration or new customization of my template, I will give this a title. And I can choose from the source down here, which one do I want to create the configuration from? Is it the project default or is it my test template down there? In this case, it's going to be the project default. So I'm going to save these changes. And if I go back to this screen, choose my new ClickLearn template, you'll see now I'm going to be working with that specific template. In the dropdown over here, I can see which entity I want to be working with into this template. And here, if I just start at the portal, so basically what you need to do, whether you're a new customer to ClickLearn or if you're an already existing customer that has been working with ClickLearn Studio before this, then you would actually need to go through this step by step, go through all these different elements. I'm going to show some of it, and Morten is going to show you some of the other functionalities and what you have in here. First thing I'm going to go into is the portal. And if I go over here, I can see which elements can I change. In the identity, I could choose to add a new logo. If I click on add logo, and I already have uploaded this into my assets folder, I can of course choose from my assets folder. If I don't have, then I can add this from my computer and choose to save that in the assets folder. I want to add a new logo, so I'm going to add that, select it, add it, and then let's save the changes. So now you see I have a new logo up here. And the next thing I want to do might be that I want to go into the header and choose how do I want this listed, how do I want the body listed, and so on. So simply go through all the options that you have in here. Once you save the changes, you will always be able to see how the changes look. Let's go on to the next point, next entity. I could go into the front page, I can go into the section and look into that. I'll have other options. Let's just go on to the recording. If I look into the recording, I'll get new options. So when I click over here, it's going to list the options that I have over here. One of the things that I might want to change is the instruction screenshot. Let's say I want to have this 900 times 600. That will give me a lot more pixels into that cropped area. I could also choose to change the color of the highlighted area, maybe into blue, let's just add that, or I could add a custom color if I have a specific color that my marketing department maybe wants me to be using or something like that. Go through all the lists in there. Let's just save these changes. There we go. And as you see, larger area within the cropped images, and also the highlight areas turned into blue. Go through all these settings in here, and if you already have some files that you've been using for your previous ClickLearn template in ClickLearn Classic, then you would be able to take that email that you've sent already to our support department where we were creating a workspace file, and from that, you can simply just load all the images in there, the Word template, and so on what you need in there. Let's go on to the videos. If we look into the videos, I could choose to change my start and end screen. So I have the intro screen in here, and I have an outro screen and so on. So I can be just, as I just added the image before, I could also add an image for my intro screen or for my outro screen. Below the graphics, you will see that you can change the cursor. So if I have a specific cursor that you're using in your company, then of course you can add that in here as well. The voices might also be very relevant for you to change. So here I see I have Sally narrating my videos right now. If I want to change that, I simply click on the pen over there, and I have all the other options in here, and I could choose any of those options in for the English language right now. If you have other languages added to your project, then of course they will be listed over here, and you can change those voices as well. And what I change in the video will of course be reflected into both the show me, try me, or test me in here. One little detail that I would like to point out here is if I go below SCORM package, that's where I will find the settings for the pass percentage. So you see the pass percentage is set over here. So I can find it below SCORM if I need to change the pass percentage of the test video. Okay, and that was actually what I wanted to show right now. And over to Morten.
Thank you, Lars. I'd like to start us off with the Word document part. So I've clicked on it, and in theme, you can choose to add your custom theme. And here you can either download the current template that is in here, or you can just add your own, right? So let's go ahead and add our own. I'm going to add it from my computer. And let's just go ahead and do that. So I have a Word template here. Go ahead and adding it. And there we go. So now we can see I have a custom template here. And of course, if I'd like to later, I can always download it, or I can replace it if I'm changing it directly on my computer. So, so yeah, there is that. Also, the PDF doesn't have many things. It just follows the word, so there's not much to do. The little blue dot indicates the fact that it is it's been changed. So that's always good to know if you want to know where the changes has been done in a template, for example. Moving on to the PowerPoint, it is the same thing. You will get the option to, of course, add your own template. I'm going to go ahead and add another template here. There we are. So there we go. The ClickLearn Assist, currently it is not customizable, but we can do some things. We can move a little bit around on where the different boxes are cropped, and yeah, there are some settings you can mess around with here. So you can choose, for example, which fonts are going to be used. Right, these fonts are my locally installed fonts, and they will then be available to be shown here in the template as well. So, so that's kind of how that works. Now, there is one thing you should know, and that is the ability to add custom code. You can do that on every single entity in the template. So some places you can do that, for example, could be in the video, or you could do it on the normal portal page or the recording page, for example. Let's go to the recording front page. So here I have, for example, my logo up here. If I wanted to add some custom code here, that could, for example, tell me I could adjust the CSS properties of this object here, so it's located differently. For example, if I want to push it down over here or pull it further out to the side, I could add the code for that. For example, here is some code. I could add some margins and some alignment parameters. You can use the inspect feature of any browser once you publish your content and find out exactly what you need to change. And you can also mess around with it in the inspect feature of the browser. And then you can just drop your code in here, and that's it. There you go. So another place you could, for example, change something could be the in the show me video. Let's say every time there is a transition, there is a little chapter. There is a little preview screen like this of what's coming up. I could remove that with custom code in here. I could just add code for this screen. Could be here, I don't want to show this, display none. I've added this in here. If I add this to the custom code, then it's going to be gone. It will remove this this screen here. So that's kind of how you can work with it. But feel free to mess around with it. But of course, make sure you have a backup of your template in case you break it. It's very easy to make a backup. You just click on Add New Configuration. You select your template, and you can just call it backup. Right, there you go. So now we have a backup of this. It's going to be a complete replica that I can then edit to my heart's full content, and I can always fall back. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to go through. Thank you.
That's great, Morten. Thank you all for attending today. That's all we had, folks. See you next time on Community Live. Looking forward to that. It's going to be about the collaboration features of ClickLearn. So have a nice time. See you next time.
Thanks, guys.